Hey everyone, Graham from Loudwire here, and we're with Max and Justin of Tallah.
What's up?
Thank you guys so much for coming. Appreciate
Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you.
When it came to discovering metal, what was the band that put you over, that made you realize this is the stuff I need to start listening to?
What about you?
Well, you're not going to believe this, but it was actually Weird Al.
I love Weird Al.
It was the parody he did of Smells Like Teen Spirit?
Yeah, Smells Like Nirvana.
Yeah, I was just like, yo, I really like this. And then...
Did you hear that before you heard Nirvana?
Yeah. I had no idea who Nirvana was, and I was just like, I like this song. I think I was like 8.
Wow, okay.
That's pretty great. I didn't know that. For me, it's just Slipknot.
Slipknot did it for you.
I grew up with that.
Slipknot did it for me, too. That was actually the band that got me into actually extreme music, strangely enough. Like when... I sound like an old man, but I remember when Wait and Bleed came out, and I was like, that's the shit right there. So how did you two meet? Was it through YouTube, essentially, that you guys connected? Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. We basically saw both of you come up through YouTube, you drumming with your dad on his YouTube channel, sharing videos of you drumming along, you doing different vocal tracks on the YouTubes. How did YouTube help you guys with preparing for being in a band, being in front of people, stuff like that?
Well, like you were saying, I know Justin through YouTube. Like, I've seen his channel before, and then when I was forming the band, I reached out to him, and he was interested in doing it. So, like, I know, like, I'm not going to speak on your behalf, but, like, you do live streams all the time, so, like, you're kind of doing performances in front of people, like, all the time with your live streams and stuff. But, like, I mean, I've been playing around in bands for, like, the past, like, 6 years or whatever, so, like, just, like, getting used to it. Like, you just got to kind of go for it.
So your vocal style is very much like, sort of like, as you said, person, like, trapped in a box, sort of reaching out there. Who are your influences? I kind of hear a Jonathan Davis thing coming a little bit.
Surprisingly, my biggest influences are probably like Disney villains.
Really?
Yeah, like not necessarily just Disney, but like DreamWorks too. Like the guy who did Rasputin from Anastasia is like one of my favorites. Obviously Scar is a great one.
Sure.
There's a little bit of Gaston in there. But like actual like music vocalists, I'd probably say Maynard's a huge one.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard the band Disillusion. They're like a German band.
I don't think so.
That guy, I don't know his full name, but he calls himself like Vertox. And his voice is, I love it. Like, he doesn't have the hugest, like the tallest range, but like wide, like all the voices he can do, I just really admire that. Like a lot of people, they're like, oh, you know, I can hit a C6 or like a whatever the low notes are, and I'm like, that's cool, but like, what if you can do more with your voice? Like, what if you can hit that C6 with like 6 different voices? That's just more impressive to me.
Nice. Max, favorite drummers who you grew up listening to, wanting to be like?
Chris Adler, Joey Jordison. What else? I mean, I don't want to say the obvious one.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's all right.
He's whatever. Yeah. I'm not going to name him. Sorry, Dad.
But I mean, like, being able to play on your dad's kit, did you get to play on one of the giant ones that you see, or was it just a normal one that you grew up with?
Well, I could go on one of the giant ones if I wanted to, but my dad got me like a small beginner kit when I was little, so I would practice on that, but he still let me on like one of the huge ones if I wanted to.
Yeah. So when did you know that you wanted to be a drummer?
Pretty much my whole life, because I grew up around music and drums, and I was just always like, I want to do that. So like I always just grew up with that goal in mind.
I know that Loudwire premiered the Cottonmouth video with you guys. I know that you directed and edited the video. Was it as much of a pain in the ass as it seems to be?
Yeah.
It is.
We did the video together, both of us.
Both you guys.
Yeah, he shot it too.
Yeah, I was on camera, and he was basically in it, acting, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
I was the guy.
It was weird. I don't want to like get too into it, because that's kind of like what's great about the videos. You don't really know what's going on.
Sure.
But it was fun.
It was
it was a lot of work.
It was fun. We just got random ideas. We're like, oh, we should just take this bunny and like try to sew meat to it because that's gross.
Yeah, and then light it on fire.
Light it
That's
on
fun.
fire.
Yeah, why not?
It was fun, and there was all kinds of really fun stuff. Like we're like cutting the bunny open, and there was like stuff in it that we didn't expect to be in it. And we're like, that looks disgusting. Zoom in on it.
Yeah, and we missed an opportunity though because there was this weird thing. The trash can at the time outside the house, for some reason it keeps spawning maggots, and we were like, we have a bunny covered in meat. We should throw it in with the maggots, so we didn't do it.
It's a good omen for the Slipknot fans,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mhm.
So you have an EP out. Is there plans for a full length?
Yeah, definitely.
There is.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Right now we're
Wonderful.
just kind of sitting on this EP, but we're planning this year, 2019, to really write and get some stuff ready to hopefully record by the end of the year.